Alright. Here we go. Second video, second hero. Calista was already very amazing. It is time for CAMILLE Premium. I don't know. I like the name Lyra, but CAMILLE Premium sounds so much better. And holy shit, she got that's some long ass hair. Okay, before we get into it, let's have a look at these animations. Okay, so we can have like some star constellation stuff, and then some party shenanigans. Might hint at what she does. She also has 3 tags: single target, ally buff, offensive dispel. Sounds fun. As usual, you know the deal. We go into the stats first. So we have standard mage range. Standard mage range 10,800 HP and 4,600 attack. So why don't we compare that to another unit right here? CAMILLE has 4,633, also being a esotericist, and she has 4,680. Why don't we compare it to someone that is single target? So how about Nocturne? No, I mean, it would be kind of cheating with the. I mean, okay, we have to take away the couple percent here. But let's see, Nocturne, how much do we have? 4,860. So probably still similar. Let's have a look at the rest of the stats. Come on, Lyra, CAMILLE Premium, show me what you got. Low defense as usual. High magic res is kind of the same thing with all the units that deal magic damage themselves. Then we have 2.8 second attack interval, 100 attack speed, 150% crit damage. Standard 14 rage region, auto, 10 on attack and 6 on getting attacked. Okay, pretty standard, pretty straightforward. She looks very nice. And I am very excited for what she is all about. So, without further ado, here we go. Talent! The hero's basic attack has a 40% chance to generate a Cosmic Rift. Cosmic Rift mimics the same attack on one enemy in range when the summoner attacks. Attacks that can be mimicked include the basic attack, ultimate and focus fire attacks launched when Twinfield or Pyrus activate the Lord skill. Mimicked basic attacks and focus fire attacks only deal 50% of the damage. There's a lot to unpack here, but okay, so she basic attacks, she makes a portal, and that portal can then copy the next attack that hits the enemy. Cosmic Rift mimics the same attack on one enemy in range when the summoner attacks. How long does the Cosmic Rift last? And there is a 15-second... there's this chance... Okay, probably isn't a cooldown. So for the next 15 seconds, she copies every attack that happens against an enemy. Okay. Interesting. And the basic attack and focus fire. And she can also double focus fire. That's crazy. And the hero can maintain up to 2 Cosmic Rifts at the same time. Basic attacks also inflict magic res reduction at 30%? Huh? That's AJ. That's AJ. What? Basic attacks for 8 seconds. Her attack interval is what? 2.8. Her attack interval is 2.6 seconds. She maintains it for 8 seconds. I mean, and let's have a look at Ajax. Ajax has it permanently, but only in the 2-tile range, in that weird Dolores range around him. But it is 30%. What? What? But I guess the only drawback you could name would be the fact that she basic attacks only single target, depending on her portals. But that is crazy. That is crazy. Already so much happening, and that just from the talent. So I can't wait to have the look at the rest of her kit. Magic attack deals 120% damage to one enemy. Whew. Just a normal magic attack. Nothing too special. Rift Resonance. When the ultimate meteor hits, if at least one Cosmic Rift exists, increases the hero's attack by 25%, for 10 seconds, and if 2 exists, it dispels a buff from the target. We have another buff dispeller, non-exclusive, next to Lucius and Kigiri. Incredible. Incredible. And with the way it already sounds, is that the rise of Infernal teams? Is that the rise of Infernal teams back to the meta in Guild Boss 2? Damn. Okay. Now we have Celestial Confluence. After the hero and Cosmic Rift deal damage to the same enemy 15 times. That's a lot. Increases the hero's damage by 15%, stacking up to 3 times. This bonus disappears when attacking a different enemy. So up to 45% increased damage against the same target. Guild Boss 1, Guild Boss 2, here we go. This already sounds beyond broken. Damn. And then Starfall Strike. 700 cost, 400 start, same range. Summons a meteor that straight up deals 700% damage to one target. Keep in mind, this meteor gets copied by Cosmic Rifts. Crazy. Okay, so up to 2100% damage on a 700 cooldown with all that she already has. And she got some assets right there. Holy, she sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. She's gonna be a pleasure to test. But we still have the awakenings. So, A1. Oh, before we talk about the awakenings, how do you obtain her? So the way you obtain her is pretty special. We're going to get a banner that includes her and a hero of your choice that is non-exclusive and not a lord. So obviously no Lust, no Kigiri, and no lords, but besides that you could pick Hexes, you could pick Twilas, you could pick Eloins, whatever your heart desires. That is her banner. It is her plus a unit of your choice as the boosted heroes, which is incredible. It is incredible. Alright, so yeah, and depending on how strong she is, we might actually see if the best choice isn't to go and pick him, to pick Phineas and her and try to get both, because obviously he is the master of boosting when it comes to Infernals. We gotta see, but now I've held it away from you long enough. It is time we take a look. Alright, so it's time we check out her awakenings. Awakening number 1, using Starfall Strike, extends the duration of all Cosmic Rifts by 8 seconds. Cosmic Rifts naturally last for 15 seconds, which means they are going to go up to 23 seconds. And if you can ult twice in that duration, you can increase it to a total of 31 second duration for a single Cosmic Rift. Second, we have 300 attack on the A2. On the A3, when Celestial Confluence, so the ability that stacks up to 45% damage if you hit a target 45 times, reaches full stacks, the damage dealt by Cosmic Rifts mimicked basic attacks increases to 100% of the hero's basic attack damage rather than 50%, which means the difference between A0 and A3 is, rather than dealing 120 plus 120% damage, so 240, you deal 120 plus 2 times 120 damage, so 360% damage. Overall, you do 120% more damage per basic attack with this awakening A3. A4 is 8% penetration, you love to see it. And then the A5 Starfall Strike, so the ultimate, ignores 70% magic res, but it reduces the hero's rage region by 15%. Okay, so obviously someone that is very, very high in defense where this would be super, super useful is obviously going to be Guild Boss 2. In Guild Boss 2, the 70% magic res reduction is most likely going to be very, very crucial. And the rage region reduction should be offsettable by gear. Now on another note, on Guild Boss 1, I don't even think it's worth it to go for A5 because the magic res isn't even all that high. So it does look like it's a nice awakening. It probably is going to absolutely annihilate and absolutely destroy everything that is related to campaign or any other chapters and any other content we're going to get in the future. But yeah, besides that, it doesn't seem like a must-have, which is always a great thing with heroes, that you don't have to have the A5, because we all know that Kikiri and Lust and Arrogance all have very, very strong A5s. Damn. Alright, so we already kinda talked about Nocturne. We all kinda know Nocturne's potential. So what we are going to do is, our first test is gonna be Nocturne versus Lyra, straight up, Guild Boss, NM. Let's go with NM3, because NM3 and NM4. No, let's go with NM4, because we now, as you all know, have another very, very important change. A very important change to how Inferno units work. And that is... Where are you? Come on. Where is she hiding? Ah, favorites. There we go. And that is obviously Dolores' exclusive gear. Now we can actually put 2 units with the same gear on the field, put 2 units in, and we can run them against each other. And we don't even have to change anything, because there is no bad RNG. Amazing.
I am the star that lights the way. Fall back beyond their mortal reach.
Alright, so slight change of plan. We are also going to add in a Zilitu. So we're going to put all these units on the field. It's going to be these units. Obviously we're missing 1 unit total, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference. And we're going to do this in full auto. So no difference in timing, no favorites. And if we have a look at the gear, let's start with hers. If we compare this gear to what Nocturne has, you can see there's a slight difference in attack, of Nocturne having 40 more attack and around 0.5% more crit rate and 3 more attack speed, but it's basically the same. And then for Zilitu, I wasn't quite able to make it exactly like it, but you can see that Zilitu has a 5% increased crit damage. He has 5% more crit damage, but she lacks around 240 attack. It is a bit more, but also we all know how strong Zilitu is, and she does have a Pyrus there. For those curious, Pyrus is actually running a straight up just normal Rage Region set, especially also with the Rage Region Auto. Dolores obviously right here with the Dolores Amulet, so we have the 100% chance for the Restoration. No Invigoration buffs here, no Wings of Grace. Elowen just straight up standard whatever healing set. And Hollow does actually have an Invigoration piece, so let's actually fix that so nobody has any favorites. I just changed the order I place them. I just place her first, and everything should be fine. Also, artifact wise, we have Zilitu in her let's actually go with this one, Zilitu and Rammed here, the way you're supposed to play her. And then we have 2 tiers of Twilights, 1 on Lyra, 1 on Nocturne. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright, so what happened was full on auto timing. The units died at around the 3rd shield. So we just do the same thing here on Nightmare 3. The damage numbers are pretty much the same, and it's just easier to run it through auto. Obviously we'll do a proper run towards the end. Alright, so we ended up with 30,000, obviously without any lore swaps, any optimal timings or the like, which then gives us 108 million from Lyra, 103 from Zilitu, and 75.8 from Nocturne. Damn! It is getting very, very dangerous for Zils around here. Alright, now for this next run, again, similar team, but we also added in Hex, we added in Phineas, we took out Nocturne, and yeah, it's gonna be a proper run. We're going to try to play it the best we can. Besides that, we obviously have an invigoration set on Volker, invigoration set on Lyra, invigoration set on Hollow, and the only real question is, obviously Hex is an Infernal Blast. The question that I'm wondering is, will he grant the crit damage increase to the units if they belong to the Infernal Blast, but they aren't in his faction? Haven't tested it, doesn't really make too much of a difference because Hex gets hurt from Pyros regardless, and I don't really want to swap him like this. And then also we have to put invigoration set on Lunaria, which gives us 4 invigoration sets, which should be enough for all our 4 main DPSs. And yeah, I guess it's time. Let's see how much we can pull out with the damage we're trying to do here. Alright, so here we are at the beginning again. Let's do it the right way one time. Trigger all our ultimates and pull her out. Perfect. And I think Lyra should now also be in a bit of a better sync with Pyros timing. Alright. Yeah, before she was getting a bit stumped by Pyros. So yeah, now here the goal is really to have Lyra in before Pyros triggers to give us the Dolores ult while we need it, and then we can also obviously bring in Volker. Volker will only stay in until she can do her vulnerability. We can wait with Pyros a bit here. Yeah. Okay. Then we can go with our ultimates normally. Bring her in, take her out, start it up. Once again, once more, again. And right here, boost everyone. Yeah, a bit too early with the Pyros. It should be fine. It should be fine actually. Probably wouldn't have made a difference regardless. Okay, there we have the boost. In, out, boost, in. Okay, waiting with Pyros so that we do not lose out on Zils. Okay, looking good. And then Volker right here in the downtime to then take her out and activate the rest of our ultimates before Pyros traps them. Okay, here we actually hold on to Zils. Yeah. 91%. Okay, should be fine like this. Okay, Lyra's a bit trapped, but it's alright. Here we go with the attack. And we boost up everyone again. Pretty nice. Back in with Volker. Once more. Yeah, you can kind of see Lyra and Pyrus went a bit out of sync, so we're kind of now lagging a bit behind with her. But there we go! 63,000, everybody a 0. Yeah, there you go. Let's have a look at the stats. 175,000 on Hex, expectable. 146,000 on Zils, expectable. 117,000 on Phineas. Alright, and only 113,000 on Lyra. I was expecting more. For the fact that she's supposed to like double, triple, quadruple all the spirit fire, super fire, mega fire and whatnot. I mean, keep in mind, obviously she's a 1 in 100 million at A1 is obviously pretty impressive. But yeah, and you can see that definitely the buff from Phineas does actually work with Hex. And he did get that extra crit damage even though he wasn't in the Infernal team. Alright, so here we go. It is time for Epoch 2. This is the team we're going to be using. So we have Pyrus, Phineas, Hex, Zils, Lyra, Percy, Elwyn, Volker, Carnelian, and Constance. For Carnelian, obviously, you could also bring in Nazim or Helga, but yeah, those we just use her to survive the chainsaw and keep everything a bit simpler and give us a bit more survivability towards the end. So let's have a look how successful we can be with the following team. Okay, after doing enough puzzling, let's have a look and do this once more. So we obviously bring in Constance, Carnelian over here, Phineas right here, Zils, Volker, Hex, Elwyn, Lyra, Percy, Pyrus. I believe everybody is in everybody's range, and this should be enough. Okay, so for the first one, we're actually going to try and do this without actually using any ultimates. Let's see if we have enough damage. Oh, I guess we're getting a stun from somewhere. Probably Phineas or something. But yeah, the main goal with Carnelian obviously is then to basically use the respawn stacks to stop everybody from dying and then refill them with her ultimate. I guess it doesn't look like we'll be able to just normally kill him. So we might as well just go all out right here. Yeah. Okay. So far so straightforward, and now let's see if we can manage our timing properly. So, ultimate wise, yeah, I guess we will just wait until she's ready. So for Earth Shatter, what we want to do with Percy is we wait until there's like this early hit here. So you can kind of see it right now. This hit, after this one, you want to trigger Percy so that he heals everybody up and it makes stones less dangerous. So Aegis mode comes in. We'll obviously also have a look at how good she is going to be at cleansing these nasty stacks. So you can see the boss is obviously at 0 stacks. Her ultimate isn't quite ready, but this should be again a stack cleanse. I believe it was on ultimate, right? Every time the ultimate hits and we have 2 portals, she should take away a stack. So yeah, so far so good. Here we have the poisons. So for the poison, you wait for the second application of poison right here to then cleanse it. And then with Fercy and also Carnelian, you wait for acidic venom, the normal poison once more. And then he's gonna do kind of like a ground laser. We're gonna see it in the later rounds. And for those who want to trigger Fercy to stop that laser from ruining your day. Right. So even in the worst case, everybody should have a red orb so that they don't die. There comes the hit. We activate Carnelian's ultimate to reapply the red orbs to everybody. You can use Fercy to kind of again stop this like Cyclops gaze laser thing. And yeah, that is kind of the same. It's going to be the same for the next couple times, and we're just going to continue to do what we're supposed to. So right here again, Earth Shatter, early hit, Fercy. We're actually gonna save. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see the meteorite, and now the debuff is gone, so we kind of saved the ultimate to take care of the meteorite instantly. Another hit, nothing too crazy. And then Aegis mode once more. Get rid of it. Earth Shatter comes in. We wait for the basic hit. There we go. And we use Fercy. And then here we can just push with all the damage we have. Use Lyra to get rid of the stack. Perfect. And yeah, let's not forget, let's just be careful that we don't use Elowen's ultimate accidentally and ruin our life. So there we go, acidic venom, second stack, cleanse it all, keep Fercy and Carnelian ready. Here we have again the first stack, lasers. For the lasers we actually use Fercy, and then to help a bit with the time we use Carnelian. Acidic venom almost comes in, and then that's when we again cleanse. Alright, so far so alive. Here comes the big hit. Then we have the chainsaw. Chainsaw hits. Carnelian ult to reapply all the red stacks. And if everything went properly, everybody should have stacks again, which means they should be able to survive the death saw. We also have a couple stuns here and there. Once more, big hit. Carnelian ult to reapply the invulnerabilities. And Dedge. Earth Shatter, so this time we actually missed it a bit because we wasted Pharisee early. Shouldn't do that. But at least at 40,000 blood, it's not going to affect us too much. Yeah. And again, from here on out, it's kind of rinse and repeat, so I see you at like 120,000. Alright, it might already be the end of us at 66,000 here. And that just because of, I guess you could say, damage difference. We still have 13% on 20 seconds, so it is very possible that we still barely make it through. But one of the mistakes was I think I mistimed CAMILLE a bit, which led to Lyra dying. So she was out for like 60 seconds. And we weren't able to take full advantage of her cleanse. Also, her cleanse is reliable for sure, but not 100%. It's kind of what I noticed. So you can see we kind of lost on 1% to 66,000, which would have ended up being like an 80,000 run. I think it's possible with the team we have, or with the team we had. If we take a look at the damage numbers, we have Phineas at 199, Hex at 176, Lyra at 168, Zils at a disappointing 129, then 4.9 million on Canadian 4.5, Volca 2.4 on Constance. So the way I see this is you either have a Twin Fiend and you can probably make it work, or you should just only really try Inferno for Gate Post 2 if you have, you know who, the second Lord for the Inferno. It's come on, head, give me the name. Yeah, I can't find it right now. There we go, Soul Kittens. If you have Soul Kittens, it's probably an easy pick. So what I meant with in a little bit of unreliability is here. When the ultimate meteor hits, you do have to have 2 cosmic rifts. So there is a slight chance that the rift disappears before the meteor hits, leading to you not cleansing it. Though I do believe that if you have the A1, this should be a non-issue. But that's also not that great if the A1 is the one that makes it viable. But I guess this should give you a very broad and very conclusive idea of what she's all about. And the closer we get to the release date, the closer we're going to be able to have a look at her and play around with her. So we see each other in the next one.